what's going on, guys? It's Anime One back here with a new video, and today I'm here with a new part of What If Naruto was the neglected Uchiha. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. So without any delay, let's begin the video. So we start this one off with pretty much the tuning exams, final round starting. Right, as in the previous part, I went over the village, the way village arc and the tuning exams, half of the tuning exams arc. So today we're gonna cover pretty much the part one of Naruto and a little bit of the time skip, and we'll bring this series to an end probably in the next part. So yeah, let's begin. So no, pretty much the exams would be starting as all the contendants would be in the ground, even including Suki and Sasuke, who did go on a training with Kakashi for learning Chidori and all that stuff. So because of that, they both are pretty strong. They both have 3 Tomoe Sharingan at this point, and they both are doing extremely good for themselves. As we cut to this, we got to the first battle that happens. The first battle is between Menma and Neji. Neji, who pretty brutally did beat Menma's girlfriend to the goddamn pulp, Menma is seeking out for revenge. Now, this battle pretty much goes almost the same as it did in the original. Neji, even when Menma is pretty strong, he knows Rasengan and many other techniques, but he does get caught by Neji's 64 palms and gets all of his chakra points sealed away. Menma, by using the power of the QB, manages to reopen his chakra points and pretty much beat Neji as Naruto did in the original, but instead of landing a plot armor punch, Menma does land a Rasengan on Neji's stomach with a nice speed that he had gained with a QB chakra boost. The next battle that we come to is Sasuke versus Kara. Mita, right? Sasuke versus Mita. This battle is really heated. It would be really heated, but eventually Sasuke would gain the W in this one. Then another battle would take place between Shikamaru and Tamari. This would pretty much go the same. Next battle would be between Naruto and Shino. In this case, Naruto and Shino's battle, do I need to even explain? Whenever Shino does try to put any kind of bug in Naruto just flares a fire chakra around his body, pretty much killing all the bugs. Shino didn't see this coming, and because Naruto's chakra control is so good via his Mangekyo Sharingan, which grants him perfect control over his chakra, and this ability is so overpowered. It might not seem, but having complete control over your chakra pretty much gives you endless amount of chakra, since you're using so little of a little bit of your chakra to perform every single jutsu. Even the likes of Odama Rasengan, you only use a bit of your chakra, and then the chakra just gets replenished really quick, because Naruto is an Uzumaki and Uchiha and a Senju. So yeah, because of that factor. Again, we speak about that, and then Naruto with his perfect chakra control just burns all the bugs away or zaps them away with his fire or lightning nature. And soon with his extreme speed and dexterity and flexibility, strength, Naruto pretty much beats down Shino and gets the W. The final, but not the least battle, is the battle between Suki and Gaara. Now this battle pretty much goes the same as it did in canon between Sasuke and Gaara, as Suki would stab right through Gaara's sand armor. Gaara would scream out in pain, just as the invasion would start. The invasion would start, and then Orochimaru, who would be pretty pissed, would summon the 2 Hokage to fight Minato. While he would be doing that, Minato would be busy with the 2 Hokage, and Orochimaru pretty much decking it out. As I told before, Hiruzen is alive, And I mean, sorry, Hiruzen is not alive. I'm really sorry about that. Hiruzen is dead. But anyways, since all this has happened, the next thing that would go is Naruto would go to Gaara. He would go to fight Gaara along with many other. And if you're wondering if Sasuke, the Namikaze siblings go with Naruto, they don't. Unfortunately, Kakashi just tells them to sit down and just help them around the village. Naruto and the Uchiha twins will handle Gaara. As he would tell that Naruto, who would eventually come to Gaara, would just he would just tell Sasuke and Suki to handle Kankuro and Temari, as they both would follow his orders. Again, Naruto has invited both of them to his organization, and they pretty much agreed to join it, right? As that would have happened, Naruto would eventually come across Gaara, and via his Mangekyo Sharingan, putting Gaara under Genjutsu, Naruto would pretty much silence Gaara within, just with a glance of his eyes. As that would have happened, Zetsu would come out the ground as he would talk to Naruto. Do we take them to him to the Akatsuki? Naruto would look down at Zetsu. Are you joking? Despite knowing my and grandfather's original plan, that is not the infinite Tsukiyomi. We need the tail beast for another reason, Zetsu. Not for that reason that you're seeking for. As Naruto would say that, Zetsu would look at him and say, "Yeah, I'm sorry, Naruto-sama," and shit like that. Naruto would eventually come towards Gaara, who was, tail beast chakra would be suppressed at this point. Naruto would put his hand on Gaara's stomach. Naruto with via his Sharingan, and since Madara did teach Naruto quite a bit of ceiling jutsu, and when I mean quite a bit, he taught Naruto Uzumaki level ceiling jutsu, since Madara did invade the Uzumaki village and pretty much got all the scrolls when they were destroyed. As he got the Naruto looked at the seal, and pretty much with a bit of tweaking, he made Gaara's seal good. Good means Itsukaku cannot interfere with Gaara. As Gaara would eventually wake up and Naruto would be in front of him. Naruto would tell Gaara to be the Kazekage of his village and pretty much do what he tells. Gaara would say, why? I'm not going to do anything that you say, but Naruto via Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan Genjutsu would, just place Gaara into the similar kind of Genjutsu that Obito had placed Yagura. In this case, Gaara would be under complete control over of Naruto, who had plans, right? Naruto had plans, as that would have happened soon. The invasion would be over Minato. Even when things do look like it's not in Minato's favor, you have to realize that Minato has flying Raijin. Just with one touch, Minato can pretty much teleport anything away. And by doing that, Minato pretty much teleports the second Hokage and the first Hokage away, by just touching them, and then it's just the battle between Minato and Orochimaru. Minato sees this as the perfect opportunity to take care of Orochimaru, since the both of the Hokages are out of Orochimaru's reach. Orochimaru didn't think that this would happen, as he would just curse in his mind and to just curse himself that he didn't think of these possibilities. That he should have probably placed a summoning contract of those two, so that whenever Minato teleported them away, he could pretty much summon them back. But that he didn't do, and right now he's pretty much stuck fighting Minato. As that would have happened, Naruto would notice that Orochimaru is fleeing after Minato beat him pretty badly. As that would have happened, Naruto, as Orochimaru would be fleeing from the village, he would have already escaped the village far away. Naruto would appear in front of Orochimaru. Orochimaru would just look at Naruto with a snarl and just say, what the fuck are you doing here, brat? Naruto would just look at him and just say, oh yeah, I'm just here to kill you, nothing much. As Naruto would say that Orochimaru and the Sound 4 come at Naruto. Not Orochimaru, but the Sound 4. While Orochimaru tried to escape. If that would have happened, Naruto with a single word, Rasengan, Cho Odama Rasengan. Naruto would say this, and a massive as Rasengan, the size of a tail beast bomb would form in front of Naruto, pretty much disintegrating the sound four into nothingness. They're just completely obliterated in a molecular matter, right? Orochimaru, seeing the display of power, would just curse in his mind as he would be running. Naruto would again point a Rasengan towards Orochimaru's direction via his Sharingan, and still see Orochimaru, or Naruto would say Rasen done. As Naruto would say that he would string that Rasengan into his two fingertips and shoot it like a bullet. As that would have gone, the Rasengan would have pierced right through Orochimaru's chest, not barely missing his heart as Naruto would curse. Still haven't got that aim down, Naruto would think. As purple, not actually purple, a black lightning was around Naruto's hand. Kakashi's Chidori is actually quite nice. But when you have perfect chakra control, Naruto would think, as the Chidori would turn into a really, really blackish color. It becomes too powerful. 1,000 birds would be the last thing that Orochimaru would hear, as Naruto would appear in his shadow and just stab him right through his chest, where the Rasengan was, but this time getting his heart. Orochimaru would cough out blood as he would, say his last words. Curse you, brat. As Orochimaru would say that, Naruto would smirk. It's nice, isn't it, Orochimaru? To let others suffer, but when it comes to you, you cursing others. How typical of you. Naruto would say as he would retract his hand from Orochimaru's chest. As the black lightning would disappear from Naruto's hand as blood would fill it. With a little bit of water jutsu, Naruto would wash his hand away and with fire jutsu, Naruto would burn Orochimaru's corpse right then and there. As that would have happened, Naruto would also tell Zetsu to bring the ring of the Akatsuki back to Obito, as Zetsu would say, why the hell are you doing this? Aren't you against the Akatsuki? Naruto would say that, he has plans for Obito. He still wants to use the Akatsuki for his purposes. As Zetsu would pretty much nod to that and just do as Naruto would say. Soon, since Orochimaru is dead, Sasuke and Sasuke really cannot go to him, and since no one has got the curse mark, Orochimaru would not have the chance to do anything as well. Kabuto is still alive, if you guys are wondering. And then Naruto would be informed by Zetsu that Kabuto is still alive. But Naruto would just think of Kabuto as no one really that important, so he would just ignore Kabuto's existence as a whole and just let Kabuto survive, and then sooner or later, pretty much the Jirai would be sent. Jirai, along with Mito and Mena, would be sent to get Tsunade, since the village's medical condition was quite bad, especially since Gaara had destroyed Rock Lee's leg, right? So they need a really good medic for that. Eventually, they would have convinced Tsunade to come back to the village, and when Tsunade does come back to the village, she heals most of the people in the village, and also heals Rock Lee's leg. This time, when the time skip does happen, the thing is, Naruto does not vanish. He tells Sasuke and Suki that to stay in the village. He has plans, but again, he would once in a while, when he would go out for the village, since he's been promoted to a Jonin. Once Naruto would go out of the village, he would meet with Zabuza and Haku. He had also gathered many other allies during this time, including Rega, who would be one of the other swordsmen of the Mist Village, as he would get along with Zabuza. He would be the one who would be having twin lightning blade swords, and then he would be getting along with Zabuza as well, as I said that. So we have 3 members, 4, 5, and 6 members in total in Naruto's group right now, right? And then soon Naruto would just pretty much go to the root base, right? Root base, Naruto would go there, and then he would tell Sasuke and Suki about the entire truth about the Uchiha clan. And this was his plan. He wanted to kill Danzo's ass right then and there. He did not want that man to stay alive, since Naruto did sort of get irritated by Danzo's schemes and plans. As Naruto would do that. Naruto would go to the root base with Suki and Sasuke as they would start fighting the root ninjas. Naruto eventually would confront Danzo since Suki and Sasuke are more than enough to take care of the other members of the root, especially since Naruto told them the truth about the Uchiha massacre. They both have unlocked their Mangekyo Sharingan, and once they did unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan, Naruto pretty much told him to swap eyes so that they could gain the internal Mangekyo Sharingan like him. As that would have happened, Danzo. Again, this is all happening after a 4 year time skip. This whole Danzo and the root slaughter, right? As this would be happening, Naruto would confront Danzo, and Danzo would just show all of his Sharingan embedded arm. Naruto would be a little disgusted by this, but then he would not be much bothered. Naruto would just say, that oh, you have so many Sharingan, but quality over quantity. Have you ever heard of that? Once Naruto would say that, his Rinnegan, would activate. His Mangekyo Sharingan would change into a Rinnegan, or Danzo's eyes would widen as he would think, this is his golden opportunity to get the Rinnegan as he and Naruto would start battling. But what Danzo wouldn't have noticed that Naruto could switch back between his Mangekyo Sharingan and Rinnegan, popping out of Danzo's shadow from time to time. Naruto would just pop back his Rinnegan again and again with his Mangekyo Sharingan conjunction. He would just extract Danzo's soul a couple of times. Danzo would use Izanagi. Naruto would kill him eventually, and this Danzo would not stand a chance. Um, and as Danzo would try to, do a seppuku, means suicide, to not let Sisui's eyes fall into Naruto's hands. Naruto, before Danzo can do the suicide, would kill Danzo before he could even do the suicide thing by splitting his body in half, with one half being in Sisui's eye and the other half just being Danzo as a fucker. Naruto would eventually take out Sisu's eyes as he would think, this eye is gonna be helpful to him in the future. Naruto would be continuing his massacre along with Sasuke. Eventually, the Hokage and the others would notice the fluctuation of chakra that is happening underneath. And Minato, along with a few of his, aka Kakashi and Asuma, would enter the scene to see that Naruto is holding Danzo, not Danzo, but holding one of the root member up by his throat. Naruto would just look at Minato with his red glowing Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan eyes. Minato would look at Naruto. Naruto, those eyes. You also awakened. Yeah, father. I awakened the Sharingan just like you. But unlike you, who's a failure, I ascended before you ever could. Naruto said as he slit and the last remaining root member's throat in half. As that would have happened, Suki and Sasuke would appear beside Naruto, as Minato would be shocked by this. Suki, Sasuke, you both too? Why are you doing all of this? He would ask, as Naruto would look at him. Danzo was a threat to my plans. Isn't that simple? Your plans? What are you scheming? Kakashi would say as he did like Naruto really much, but what? This is simply unforgivable. Danzo had held a really high post in Konoha and even among the daimyo's favor, and this would not go unpunished. Naruto would look at him. Don't worry, Kakashi. I do not plan on staying in the village, so the daimyo cannot get me. The village cannot get me. I'm gonna take my leave. Naruto said as he started vanishing in the shadows along with Suki and Sasuke. Minato would throw his teleportation kunai right at the shadow, but the shadow would pretty much reject the kunai. Shit, Minato would think, as he could not let them escape, especially after all this massacre that happened. We'll see you later, fourth Hokage. Minato and Naruto would say that as all of them would vanish in the shadow realm. As Minato would drop to his knees as he would slam the ground, as he would think to himself, oh, because of me, if I just protected him as a kid, this wouldn't have happened. And what is his goal exactly? Minato would think. As Kakashi would try to comfort him, but he was also pretty broken inside, especially since his students, sort of left him. Soon, Mito and Menma would have came back from the training trip to hear, all this nonsense would have happened, and soon the entirety of Konoha would pretty much hunt down the three Uchihas. Naruto, who would be in the Wave Village this time, who had gathered a lot of allies. One of them, during this time, he also had gathered Yakuma Kurama, someone who was said to be so strong in Genjutsus that that no one was compared to her. He would have also sooner or later come in contact with Karin Uzumaki, who Naruto sort of had, just taken interest in her abilities of, just of her art, third eye of Kagura, right? So he would have thought that, his ability is pretty similar to hers, but hers is on a completely different scale. Well, Naruto could only, sense up to like pretty much 1 meter of a distance their emotions and all that stuff. Karin could sense up to a lot. I mean, a lot. I mean, she pretty much had a like a non Byakugan level sensory abilities. Um, that was something that Naruto could appreciate. And then, last but not least, Naruto had finally gathered Anko, who had left the village after all this nonsense of Orochimaru's horror and all that came towards her. She just pretty much left the village. Now, Naruto had been training with all of them for a couple of months, and then soon the Kazekage would get captured. This would have happened under Naruto's nose, as he would have known this all along. He would just let it go as it did in original. Soon Gaara would have been revived by Chiyo, and everything would have went as it did in original too. Gaara would have said to all of them that he was under Naruto's genjutsu, and they all would have just think that Naruto was planning this ahead, and Minato and Kushina would be especially heartbroken that their son was against them that early on in his life, especially since it was kind of their fault that it ended up like this. Soon, everything would pretty much go the same until the Naruto's group would start getting attention. Naruto would have built the Wave Village a lot, as with Zabuza as his right hand man. Zabuza had gotten a lot stronger. His blade had evolved. It had become much thinner in size and much easy to carry around. But the sharpness of the blade had increased and it had gained a new ability. What was the new ability, you may ask? Zabuza could pretty much coat his blade in chakra that, could never be taken away from it. What I'm trying to say is, for suppose a Rinnegan, a cat caught Zabuza's blade, right? And Zabuza's coating his blade with chakra, but the Rinnegan wouldn't be able to absorb the chakra, and the blade had also gotten a lot sharper and durable as well. So Zabuza is a lot stronger than before. Haku is stronger than Zabuza. I mean, not stronger, but than Zabuza, but he is on that Zabuza's level. He's Naruto's left-hand man. And Suki and Sasuke, of course, with the internal Mangekyo Sharingan, would be the second and third strongest in the group, respectively, after Naruto. Eventually, this group would have started getting attention, especially since their mission record would be so good that villages around would give this Wave village more missions than the hidden villages. Onoki would not like what the fuck is happening here, so he would eventually hire the Akatsuki to take care of this. Since this is a village, he would send a couple of his men with him. One of them would be his granddaughter that he would have sent with them. So he did not want to take any kind of risk. As he would have sent them, they would be confronted with the likes of uh, Zabuza and also Suki would have confronted them specifically, to what the fuck is going on, why are you doing this? As the members of that Katsuki would have been hired to conduct this mission would have been Hidan and Kakazu. as this is right before the two tails. The Asuma gets killed. Right, this is right before that time. Um, as eventually the battle would begin, since they would have pretty much came here to destroy the village. But against EMS Suki and Sabuza, who is pretty much stronger than Kisame, yeah, it's not gonna work out. Kisame is probably the fifth or fourth strongest in the Akatsuki, and they really don't stand a chance. Suki would have taken care of Kurosuchi and Takazu at the same time without having any trouble. Again, her EMS is pretty strong. Yeah, I forgot to mention her EMS abilities. She has Amaterasu, like Itachi and Sasuke, and in her other eye, she has the ability to pretty much she has the ability to pretty much slow down things around her, right? Slow things around her, and that's pretty much it. Slow things around her is pretty much by a certain amount of times you can slow things around her in a certain radius. So that's a OP ability as well, and with that, and her Susano, because of your EMS, she's eventually be able to take care of the entire army along with Zabuza. As this would have happened, they would have informed this Naruto, who would, just stand up, as he would say, yeah, at the time to start the plan as to begin. As eventually the two tails would get captured by the Akatsuki, along with the three tails, four tails, and the five tails. This is where Naruto starts making his move. Naruto would send would send Sasuke and Suki to kill Itachi, as they would have been, requesting this for a long time. Even after they knew the truth about Itachi, they could not simply forgive him for, killing their clan and choosing the side of the village. That was their ideology. They did not want any kind of involvement in the Uchiha massacre, so they want to just pretty much get their revenge. As Itachi would eventually find them, and they would kill Itachi, and Itachi could not do anything against them. Itachi would have to go all out right from the beginning, fighting two EMS users at the same time, so he's not holding back in any shape or form. Eventually, that would have happened. Soon, when Obito would have confronted Naruto in his chambers, Naruto would have been waiting for this exact moment, as a crow would a bat would appear beside Naruto when Obito would be trying to confront him, and then the bat would have had a Sharingan in its eyes. Obito would be intrigued by this, as he would ask Naruto, what the fuck is this all about? The Sharingan and all that stuff. I know that you were also trained by Madara during this time. So I'm pretty sure we have the similar goals. So, why don't you join the Akatsuki and pretty much help me? Obito would tell Naruto all of this, as Naruto would pretty much look at him and say, "Oh, you think Madara had the plans of completing the Infinite Tsukuyomi? You're nothing but a fool. If you think that Madara would fall to such an obvious lie of all this nonsense, you're such a fool. What Madara and I want is completely different from what you want, Obito. He just used you in order to achieve the first stage of his plan." Obito would just narrow his eyes at Naruto, just thinking, what the fuck is the war talking about? Obito would try to fight Naruto, but before he could, the bat's eye just morphed into Shishui's Mangekyo Sharingan that he stole from Danzo, and performed the Koda Amatsukami on Obito. Obito, who did not realize that he had been placed under the Koda Amatsukami Genjutsu, again, the Genjutsu is designed for that purpose, would, eventually obey Naruto, as Naruto would tell him to, just continue the plans of collecting the Nine-Tailed Beast. As Obito would have told Naruto that they had already captured all the tailed beasts up to the seven tails, as they only had Pain, himself, Konan, and Kisame left in the organization, as they were running low in numbers, and along with Zetsu. Because Naruto would look at him and say, "Oh, I know, I'm pretty much sure that you, Obito, can take care of the eight tails, and if needed, Pain can take care of the nine tails, and Obito would pretty much nod to that end. Soon Jiraiya would go to the village really hidden in the rain and try to confront Nagato about this stuff, and Nagato would have eventually just looked at Jiraiya and just be like, "Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with you, pal. I'll just murk your ass real quick." As that would have happened, Nagato would have killed Jiraiya, and then this news would have went to uh, Konoha. Since Itachi is dead, Obito would not fear to attack the Hidden Leaf to get the Nine Tails. But again, yeah, the pain is kind of sort of getting wrecked in this case. Minato is alive, Kushina is alive. Yeah, Tsunade is also there in the village. Both of the Namikaze siblings are quite strong. They both already know Sage Mode. Yeah, it's not looking good for our villain Pain. So eventually they would track down Nagato, and then pretty much as they would try to kill him, and steal his Rinnegan, they would have already killed Conan, if you're wondering. Because he would have tried to protect Nagato, but Minato would not let that slide, right? Eventually, when they would try to get the Rinnegan out of Nagato's eye socket, pretty much like bolts of lightning would pretty much strike them, as Naruto would have appeared in front of them, as activating his Susanoo in his in its complete armored state. Naruto would have plugged out Nagato's Rinnegan, as you would look at all of them. Even if I have the Rinnegan and I can control the Getter statue, that simply doesn't mean that I won't be needing this in order to complete my plans. Naruto would say that as he would look at all of them. Minato, don't you ever wonder when you swap up the Mangekyo Sharingan? Your Mangekyo Sharingan does evolve if you swap it out with a blood relative. What if you do the same with the Rinnegan? What if you swap out your Rennegans with your blood relative? Naruto would say that. Minato would look at him like he's a madman. And Naruto would smirk as he would vanish in the shadows. As they would again just think, what the fuck has happened. Soon Naruto would have got the eye transplant of, his Madara's original Rinnegan. And then what would have happened is Naruto would have gained Tomoe's in his Rinnegan, the same exact Rinnegan that Sasuke had. Naruto would have had them as well. Via that means that Naruto can use his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities with the Rinnegan, and Naruto also has his special Rinnegan ability. That's gonna be pretty much the same thing that Madara had, Limbo clones. Naruto is gonna have the same thing, right? Eventually, the Eight Tails would have gotten captured by Toby himself. Obito would have gone there himself to capture the Eight Tails. Soon, because of this, the five Kage summit would have been held, as there is where the plans begin. Obito and Naruto would have gone there along with Suki and Sasuke, who are itching their chance to get the revenge. As that would have happened, Naruto would have told Zabuza his entire plan of what is his goal. But Zabuza would who would have listened to all of this plan that Naruto's talking about, just widen his eyes, as he would think, oh, okay, that's actually quite nice. With this, actually, peace might actually happen, since the Shinobi system would have kind of sort of been destroyed. As this would have happened, Naruto, after him and Obito declared the third Great Shinobi War, fourth Great Shinobi War on the world, with the help of the threat of getting the Nine Tails. This would have played out, and the five Great Shinobi nations would have started gathering their alliance, as Minato being its leader. Again, so Danzo is not here, and A would have, of course, agreed to this because Minato did kill him and his brother in this time lapse, right? This would have happened. Naruto would have given his original, the Rinnegan that he awakened, one of them to Obito just to help him aid him, and he would have given the other one to Sasuke. so that everyone can just stay strong while fighting this war. So we have three Renegon users: Naruto, who's just damn broken at this point, and then Sasuke and Obito, who are as strong as they were. And Kabuto would have eventually come up to Naruto with the offer of, just reanimating everyone. Naruto would have just eventually just declined it outright and killed Kabuto right then and there. Kabuto would have been trying, try to flee, but Naruto, again, who can spam massive as Rasengans like they're absolutely nothing, would have just gained, wrecked Kabuto's head right apart. Soon, the fourth great shinobi war would have begun. And this is where I'm gonna end the video for right now. The next part, we're gonna bring this series to an end, and probably tomorrow I'm gonna be uploading What If Naruto was betrayed and Sakuna's power, the final part. Bringing that series to an end, and bringing this series to an end within 2 days, as just getting everything done right. Soon, as you guys know, I just posted a community post recently about my entire project and it being delayed. I did put up a little bit of sneak peek of what is about to come, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. And yeah, I'll try my best to get that project done as quick as possible again, but it is taking a lot more time than I expected it to take. But I'll at least try to get it done. The sooner, the better, right? At least by the end of April, I'll try. But if not, mid March is the final or the deadline you're gonna get, right? 15th of May. Please be expecting this what if, or this manga what if it doesn't come out at the end of March, right? I mean end of April. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and like this video, and also share this video with many of your friends as possible, as it does help the channel grow, and the algorithm really loves it when you guys share the video and like the video as well, since it does recommend the video more. So yeah, hopefully you guys keep on smiling and enjoying your life, and peace out guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.